my heart, that's my head, my heart and my head was not into it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing my April reading wrap up. I got audiobooks I've listened to, I've read some physical on my Kindle. You know what, actually the physical one, that's a lie. I read all of these on my Kindle, but I do have the physical copies. There was a point in my life where I was like, I'm never ever going to read on a Kindle, okay? I'm gonna be a paperback girly through and through for the rest of my life. And then I got a Kindle. And now I don't go anywhere without it, so. But on that note, let's just get right on into the video. So I started the month off with Rider by Jessica Peterson. This is the final book in the Lucky River Ranch series. Series is officially over. Breaks my heart because I loved this series so much. So it's your, cowboy romance. This one is best friend's little sister. Our FMC Billy, she is like a major flirt with Ryder, and I loved it. Like, I loved her like sassy attitude, the flirting, so great. I rated this 4.5 stars. This is like right up there with Cash, which is the first book. The first book I also rated 4.5 stars, and I thought Cash was my favorite, but this might be, I don't know, because I really loved Cash, and Cash is like enemies to lovers. This one's right up there with that. So yes, this is so good. If you haven't read the series yet, I highly recommend. Cowboy romance, best friend's sister, yes. And then I listened to the audiobook for La Dolce Vita by Caitlin Alice Gilbert. I rated this 4.5 stars. This was really good. And this is her debut novel, guys, okay? Debut. And it was so good. Like, I actually couldn't stop listening to it. Like, I didn't want to stop listening to it. So our FMC is into politics. And then one day she wakes up to a scandal about her. She decides to take a really long break from the political world. Okay, she thinks she's done with it. So what she does is she moves to Italy. And she ends up meeting the mayor of Italy in their little small villa, their village. She doesn't have her own place in Italy, okay? So she is staying with the mayor's mother. So it's like a romance between the mayor of Italy, or the mayor of, like, the village of Italy. I can't remember the name of the village. Oh, that's annoying. It was so good. The romance, amazing. I loved our FMC and how driven she is. And now I will be keeping my eye out for Caitlin's next book whenever she comes out with the next one, because like, this was really good. And then I read Devour the Dark by Nikki St. Crow. This is a Captain Hook, Wendy Darling, and Crocodile retelling. So it's MMF. Really enjoyed this. I rated this 4 stars. Okay, so the first book that I have read by Nikki St. Crow is from the Vicious Lost Boys series, which is a Peter Pan retelling. Guys, that series, so good. And I can't believe it's taken me so long to like finally pick up Captain Hook, Crocodile, and Wendy's book. Only thing that kind of bothered me a little bit about it. Okay, so I love MMF, right? Here's the thing, okay? Love it when the boyfriends are also boyfriends, but I do need them to be obsessed with FMC. Part of me felt like Wendy was a little bit of a third wheel in their relationship. And I've read another book like that before, and I did not like that. When the boyfriends are also boyfriends, love it. But I just need them to also just really be obsessed with FMC as well. I still really enjoyed the plot of this one, okay? Which brings me into the next book I read, which is Devour the Snake. I rated that 3 stars. Loved the first book, right? This one. Again, I just felt like Wendy was a bit of a third wheel. Also, the plot, I just didn't 100% care for. But yeah, mainly I wanted the boyfriends to be more obsessed with our FMC. And then I listened to the audiobook for Secrets of Mine by Alexis Grace. I rated this 3.5 stars. This is the second book to Okay, I can't remember what the first book was called, but this is the second book in the Of Mine series, and this series is a Why Choose Criminal Minds romance, and it's fun. For me, it's nothing like super like groundbreaking, but it's a fun, spicy, good time. The plot is plotting. I really like the plot, what's happening in it. My favorite man in this series, though, I think is River. It's a toss-up, honestly, between River and then Elliot. And then I listened to the audiobook for Burning Ember by Darby Breyer. I rated this 4 stars. Enemies to Lovers, Motorcycle Club, a bit of a like mystery or like romantic suspense aspect to it, and very good. This audiobook, 10 out of 10. This was so freaking good. I want to say there's another book that is out, Lost Lyrebird or something. I need to listen to that soon because that sounds really good. I am interested in a couple side characters. Like, I was really interested in them. I did forget their name though. This one does also have just like a smidgen of kind of like a love triangle, sort of. Like, it's just a little bit, but obviously there's like an obvious choice, okay guys, of like who it is, okay? It's literally about those 2 main characters. However, it was very good. Did not want to stop listening to it. I think I devoured it in like a day and a half. Like, it was really freaking good. And then I read Love Overboard by Candy Steiner. Okay, I rated this 4 stars. She is like the queen of angst. She does angst so good. This is a second chance romance. And so like, if you've seen that reality TV show called Below Deck, it's based off of that vibe. Like, it's literally got a Below Deck vibe. Our FMC is a chief steward, okay, on this yacht. And on the yacht, they are doing a reality TV show. The chef on this yacht happens to be her ex. It was just very, it's messy, it's very angsty. The side characters, I really liked some of the side characters. The whole reality show aspect of this was really fun to read. At the beginning of the chapters, they had like interview format of like the crew, like the camera crew, the producers, stuff like that, interviewing like each member of the crew, like the yacht crew. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but I really loved that. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, if you love reality TV, you also love angsty romances, Love Overboard by Candy Steiner. And then I read Anathema by Carrie Lake. Okay, so I started reading this on hardback, and then, okay, I needed to listen to the audiobook because I had a really hard time getting into this. And then when I started listening to the audiobook, I still had a bit of a hard time. This is a dark, like gothic romantasy. Well, fantasy. There's romance in it. It's not like a big plot point of this book. The storyline is good, okay? The world is good. Like, what's happening in here, like, it's not a bad book by any means, but for some reason I struggled. Oh yeah, I rated this 3 stars, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. The only part that really kind of, I wouldn't say sucked me in, because it was like the ending of the book, but at the very ending, what happened, I was like, oh, okay. But throughout most of the book, I did struggle. However, maybe I might still go into the second book, Eldridge, because the ending of this, I was like, I'm a little curious. I'm not like itching to read the second book, but maybe later down the line I might. So 3 stars for Anathema. And then I read Game On by Nevessa Allen. I rated this 3.5 stars. This was my most anticipated release this year. I really, really enjoyed this. However, it is my least favorite in the series, which is surprising that it is, because I thought it was going to be my favorite. But honestly, the first book, okay? The first book, Lights Out, nothing can top Josh, honestly. But this is Enemies to Lovers. Our MMC Tyler, he is Josh's best friend. And from the first book, Tyler and Allie, our FMC in Lights Out, was dating Tyler for a little bit. So I had been really excited for that. This is also fake dating as well. Loved that. So Enemies to Lovers, fake dating. Yes, 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 yes. Two of my favorite tropes. Oh, I also just really loved the little, like, Josh and Allie scenes that we got in here. Like, they had me smiling. I was so happy about that. There's a bit of a sort of side thing that happened in here that I was not prepared for. I did not like it. However, I wasn't expecting it. Still, it was a fun time. And then I read Revelation by Cleo White. I rated this 4 stars. This is the second book in the Royally Forbidden series. This is Enemies to Lovers, Bodyguard, Heiress, age gap. He's like, I think is like early to mid 40s, and she's, I think 25, I believe. The banter in here, so good. There's a certain scene in here that I really loved. Okay, it's a mud scene. Well, basically they're bickering back and forth, and she literally grabs mud from the ground and then puts it down his pants. I thought that was so funny. I don't know. But the banter between them, really good. Loved it. And it's age gap. I love a good age gap romance. Like, honestly, I think it's one of my favorite tropes is age gap. I don't know. They hit so good. I really, really enjoyed this. And then I listened to the last book in the Of Mine series, which is Darkness of Mine. I rated this 3 stars. This one was all right to me. If I'm being honest, I don't remember a lot of what happened in here. I do remember certain parts, but not a lot. This is my least favorite in the series, and I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It was just kind of like meh to me. Like, it was average. Okay? 3 stars is still good. It's just not like I loved this. This was so fun. This was amazing. 3 stars for Darkness of Mine. And then I stepped out of my comfort zone, guys, and I read Project Hail Mary. I actually listened to the audiobook for this. Okay, so I listened to this 2 days before my husband and I were gonna go see the movie. Like, we had already decided we're gonna go see the movie like 2 days prior. And I was like, oh, but I really want to read the book before then. It's like, I'll just listen to the audiobook. Okay, crank this book out so that I can go watch the movie. And I rated this 3 stars. Not a bad book, okay? I enjoyed what I read or what I listened to. My favorite part in here is honestly Rocky, okay? I love Rocky. The humor in here, like the little back and forth between Rocky and Ryland, I loved that. They were so funny. And if no one knows what this is, it's a sci-fi, okay? Yeah, I'm a romance and fantasy girly, and I read a sci-fi. I'm so happy with myself. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did struggle with all the science talk in here, which is why I didn't rate it higher. I just really struggled with that aspect. But I was very interested in what was happening. And the movie, by the way, guys, the movie, so good. Like, I really, really, really loved the movie. Ryan Gosling as Ryland Grace, perfect casting. Like, he did so good. I laughed quite a bit during this movie. It was actually really funny. And there was actually one point where it had me crying a little bit. But yeah, 3 stars for Project Hail Mary. And then I listened to the audiobook for Ricochet by River Hale. I rated this 2 stars. This is a dark hockey romance. College hockey romance. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. All I know is that I just didn't like it. For me, there wasn't anything that really was like, oh, I really didn't like what just happened. It was just, I just wasn't vibing with it. I mean, there was a point where I thought maybe I should just DNF it if I'm not vibing with it. But I was like, I've made it this far. Let's just finish it. I unfortunately just did not like it. And then I immersive read Bad Bishop by L.J. Shen. I rated this 4 stars. This was so good. This is a mafia romance, arranged marriage. Guys, you need to read this. Guys, like, are you joking me? Look at that character. Oh my goodness. I'd stop the night from falling if darkness scares you, Lila. Guys, don't even. There's actually one scene that will be living rent free in my head, and it's not even a spicy scene, guys. Our FMC is literally walking away from him. Like, she's like, no, don't even, right? And she's walking away from it, and there's a puddle, and she's like, oh, I can't walk in this puddle in my nice heels, right? So what does he do? He takes off his jacket. Yeah, his suit jacket, and lays it down in the puddle. so that she can walk right over it. And then she does that. And she's like, oh, great, now you got lint all over my nice shoes. So what does this man do? He gets on his knee and he picks the lint right off. Yeah, that's right. This badass mafia man got down on his knee to pick lint off of her shoe. Yeah, this was so good. The audiobook, I highly, highly, highly recommend the audiobook. I haven't read the second book yet. I will be. It's Twisted Pawn, Second Chance. I think that's also Enemies to Lovers. Yeah, so 4 stars. Bad Bishop. And then I read Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov. I DNF'd this at 70-ish% into it. I just couldn't get into the character story. Like, if I'm being honest, I just didn't care. That's it. I just didn't care. Like, I wasn't into it. My heart, that's my head. My heart and my head was not into it. So unfortunately, it was a DNF. Look at me go, though. Like, last year, I was scared to DNF because I just felt incomplete. But this year, if I just am not vibing with a book, I'm DNFing it. And it's very, what's the word? Cleansing, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, unfortunately, this one is a DNF. And then my favorite read of the month, all right? Rites of the Starling. I rated this 5 stars. This also kind of like, I don't know what's the word, like bamboozled me a little bit. There are 2 storylines that happen here. Okay, I'll just say that. There's 2 storylines. And I was a little confused when I started this. I was like, should I have probably read or like did a reread of Shield of Saros? Maybe listen to the audiobook or something because like I'm a little confused. But then like that second storyline, I was invested. I thought the ending happened. And you figure out like all the little pieces are clicking together. And mind blown. I was actually sobbing like a baby. Seriously, like I actually want to cry thinking about it right now because what the heck was that? And we have to wait until I think March of next year for the 3rd book. This is fantastic. And then I read Crucible by B.B. Reed. This is a dark Why Choose. I rated this 3 stars. This is about, I'm trying to think how to say her name. Aurelia? Throughout the book, I just called her Ari because I couldn't actually say her name. But this is about Ari, and she is a famous pop star. And one day, she gets into a plane crash with her crew in the woods. And in those woods are 3 mountain men. They have a cabin in the woods, and they discover the plane crash. They go back to their cabin and discover her sleeping in one of their beds. This also has like a Goldilocks vibe to it. I did not like it, but I didn't really love it either. The ending is what really got to me. Got to me so much that I ended up picking up the second book. Like, if it wasn't for the way that this one ended, I probably wouldn't have picked up the second book, if I'm being completely honest. But after this, I read Chrysalis, which is the second book. I also rated this 3 stars. However, I did enjoy it a lot more than this one. So for the Mountain Men, we have, I can't even pronounce their names. So there's Thorin, and then there's something. Guys, for some reason I can't say their names. I don't know. Then there's Seth, and there's Zeke, and then there's Bane. And yes, I did say that there's 3 mountain men. We're gonna leave it at that. And then I read Burning Love by Alexandra Banks. This is a fighter-fighter romance. It's got a bit of an age gap. He's, I think, is like early to mid 30s, and she's mid 20s, I think. He is her subordinate, so it's got kind of like a forbidden aspect to it. I really enjoyed this. I rated this 4 stars, by the way. This is the second book in the Love in the City series. The first book is Sassy Love, which I also had rated 4 stars. However, I did like this one more. The ending had my eyes like burning because something happens in here that I actually wasn't expecting. I kind of had a feeling that something bad was going to happen, but what happened hurt. It does have a happy ending though. I will say that. It's a happily ever after. I promise. But it was good. I think I need to read more Firefire romances. I think I've only read like 2. So I need to read more because they're actually really good. And then the last book I listened to, which is That Sick Love by Jessie Hall. This is my first Jessie Hall book. I rated this 3 stars. Here's the thing. I thought that I was gonna rate this at least 4. However, that is not what happened. It's just kind of like the same thing. It was just average to me. Like it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't like this is so good. This is a stalker romance. The audiobook, however, is really good. Like it is a very good audiobook. But I just wasn't getting like the feeling of like, oh, I can't wait to put my headphones back in to listen to my audiobook. I didn't get that feeling. This will not be my last Jessie Hall book though. I'm gonna continue. I really want to read Greenlight by her. So yeah, those are all the books that I have read in April. I think it was a pretty decent reading month, if I do say so myself. We did have a lot of 3 stars. However, we did have a 5-star. We also did have a DNF. And we did have one that was 2 stars. That's okay though. At least we got a 5-star, right? If you guys enjoyed this video, please, please, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video.